The hardest moment was not the abuse itself. The hardest moment was the morning I looked at my life clearly, enough to recognize what I was looking at and understood that I had been here before. Not once, not twice, a pattern. Repeating with the eerie precision of something I had unknowingly been rehearsing since childhood. Different faces, different seasons, different circumstances. They felt entirely different each time. But underneath them all, the same dynamic, the same erosion of my voice, my boundaries, my sense of what I deserved, the same slow disappearance of the woman I knew myself to be when no one else was around to define me. It is a particular kind of devastation to realize you have been living inside a cycle you never consciously chose. For those of you that are just joining, I am reading yet another story from Breathe Again, the anthology. If you don't have it, go get it, amazingyou.com. It is a particular kind of devastation to realize you have been living inside a cycle you never consciously chose. That the ways you were taught to give love, to receive it, to tolerate what shouldn't be tolerated, all of it had been installed in you so long ago that it simply felt like personality. Like this is just how relationships go. Like this is what you are. I had carried this from childhood to adulthood without ever fully understanding what I was carrying. And the weight of it had been quietly shaping every choice I made about who was allowed close to me, what I would accept from them, and how much of myself I was willing to sacrifice to keep the peace. Baby, 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 baby. Listen here. I got a couple of questions. Are there patterns in your relationships, romantic, familiar, professional, that seem to repeat regardless of the circumstances? Have you ever thought about what it would mean to name one of those patterns honestly, without self-judgment, as the first step toward interrupting it? See, many of us don't even pause long enough to understand it's a pattern. Many of us don't pause long enough to understand that it could be a curse. Like, that's the thing. Some of us just go round and around and around and around and around thinking that it's normal. It's not normal. It's the same behavior disguised in different clothes, different skin, even a different face, but it is the same behavior. Time out for the cycles, for the brokenness, and for the generational curse. Time out. It is time for us to hit the pause button and to really think about the patterns, to recognize the patterns, and to say, no more patterns, no more cycles, no more chains. It's time to hit the pause button to look at what's been happening since childhood, what's been happening since adolescence, what's been happening since adulthood, what's been happening, what has changed, and what still remains the same. If that is you, I was on a bus yesterday with a group of ladies, and the lead person on the bus began to, actually, I don't even think it was the lead person on the bus. I think it was somebody in the back of the bus that started singing, "You better call Tyrone, call him. You better call your friends and tell them to come help you and pick your stuff, because I'm tired. Why can't it just be me and you?" I know I'm messing up the words to the song probably, but here's the gist of it. Every female on the bus started singing along like it was not just the Black woman anthem, because it wasn't just Black women on the bus, but a woman of a lighter hue said, "I was living with a Tyrone for 25 years," and she was singing the song with us. That's a pattern, y'all. That's a pattern. And I'm saying enough is enough. Come on. When are we going to start loving ourselves enough to say, if I have to be single, if I have to be alone, it is better than being with somebody that is toxic, someone that is abusive, and someone that does not respect me. This isn't even a conversation about self-worth. This is a conversation about self-love. When are we going to love ourselves enough to say, I'd rather be alone than be abused? I'd rather love myself to the point where I love being with me. I love the woman that is looking back at me when I look in the mirror. Because some of us would rather be an abusive relationship so that we're not alone than to be alone with ourselves. And I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. Because it is an attack on who we are and who we were created to be as women. I don't care, you Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter who you are. This conversation is to all women. And I'm just so tired of us taking a back seat because we want to be in the arms of someone. We're tired of being alone. We want companionship. Look at what it's costing us, ladies. Look at what it's costing us. It's costing us our peace. It's costing us our self-respect. Listen, it's expensive. And I talk to women all over the world. And we all have the same story. When are we going to do better for us, ladies, women? Because guess what? This pattern doesn't have an age and it doesn't have a color. I just want to know. When are we going to start choosing ourselves and falling in love with ourselves unapologetically? I'm telling you, I would rather stay single, as God is my witness, the rest of my days than be in the arms of anyone who don't love me, who don't respect me, and don't value me. I love me too much to settle. And I am so tired of hearing us talk about, I don't want to be alone. So we settle for toxic, abusive relationships. And guess what else? I'm going to say it. I am going to say it. I don't care. It don't matter whether you are, it don't matter who you're with, because the same relationships are happening with women and women and men. It's the behavior. It's not about who you are attracted to. That's not the conversation. The conversation is about, can you love yourself enough to be alone than to settle? Do you love yourself enough to find out who did God call you to be and who did God call you to be with? Because the person that God has for you and the person that God has for me is not abusive, is not disrespectful, is not toxic, and is not narcissistic. I'm just saying. I'm going to leave it right there. Get the book, amazingyou.com. Stay tuned for more story time. Peace.